It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
Flat on his back near the 34-yard line. No gain on the play there. Second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And now a first down following that long gain. He'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes inside the 30. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Now the fourth-year man from Texas A&M, Christine Michael. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
They run again with Michael. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. And now the Lions' defensive starters.
When you talk about pure speed on the corner, you have to talk about Darius Slay because this guy in high school, 100-meter, 200-meter state champ, he can flat out run. The thing he's looking to increase, takeaways. Only 7 takeaways in his last 4 seasons. He wants to live up to his nickname, which is Big Play Slay.
Second and goal. Defense digging in again here. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Eric Swoop, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general. First and 10. Quinn. And his first look is incomplete. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Off the play fake. Quinn. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Quinn. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Trust me, Brandon, I'm not about to try and take your job. I can't do what you do. But that wasn't just 3 and out. That felt like 3 and backwards.
That's exactly what it was. You can have my job whenever you want it. The drive that you're looking for, though, probably going forward. Bad start to the ball game.
Yeah, not the way to get things going.
Here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. That's taken at around the 40. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Lions defense marching back onto the field now. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that. Totally missed it.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Back to throw here. And an alley to run. And he coughed it up. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
They'll run on first down. Green, strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll keep it on the ground. Green. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On third down, Quinn. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. They'll set up a throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
As one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams who say, well, I'll worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Now they'll run on the draw, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. On second down now, Green. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. The Lions on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. Green.
Off play action. Quinn. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And the Colts getting ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
The Colts on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 30. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. On second down, Green, and he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. The Lions on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll keep it on the ground. Green. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know in most cases people think you throw the ball in this situation, and when they ran, it almost felt like a little bit of a surrender, maybe a give up. But I don't know if that's really the case. They might have been probing a little bit, checking the defense and filing it away for later. They might have something working later on.
And the Colts coming out now. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Let's go!
They'll look to throw here. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Throwing to start the drive. Quinn to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. From the gun, Quinn got his man complete over the middle. That's Nash. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Quinn over the middle, complete. It's Nash. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Nash. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Quinn. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing on 1st down. Quinn over the middle, complete. It's Nash. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Let's go! Green!
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He was trying to get it to his tight end, Michael Roberts, there. And it's second down. To the air on second down. Quinn. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Lions on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Quinn. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First down. Green. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Green. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tease Tabor. And he will be brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit, as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. Both the Lions and Colts haven't figured out yet how they're going to move the ball through the air. The defenses on both sides have kept points off the board, and it will be interesting to see if they can keep that up. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Colts have it near the end of one. Crowell's going to push his way to the QB here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Colts come out on 3rd and 4. Tucker's got to get to the quarterback here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Lions with the football, waning seconds of the half. Green's going to look for space, and now they cap off the drive with a score, as that'll tie the score at 7-all.
Okay, thank you, Larry. A low-scoring affair, all even, as we ready for this second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Here we go now.
To throw on 3rd down. Quinn going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go now. Blue line.
Looking to throw. Quinn. Throw left side complete. It's Moody. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. To throw on 2nd down. Quinn. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On 3rd down. That's Green. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So it'll be first down here after the run. From the gun, Quinn. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd down now.
Green. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Throwing on 3rd and long. Quinn. Room here to run. The 20. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run on 1st down. Green. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked #1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Quinn. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Operating from the gun. Quinn. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense. Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
Now they try the right side here. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Pass interference. Defense.
Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 7 yards to go on 2nd down. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped.
False start. Offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call or get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Let's go!
On 3rd down, that's Green. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his legs to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Green. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. On 3rd down, Quinn. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Colts on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 16. Here we go now. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They go play action here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And on third down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
From the gun, Quinn. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up fourth down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And he fields it cleanly. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
And now here's a carry heading left, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. As they run the counter play. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they want them to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Colts on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. 8 yards there on a first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And some space here. Space to run past the 20. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. Fresh set of downs here. And they'll run it here. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And this is going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You're able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and...
No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on 2nd. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The fumble, but they're able to maintain possession. Now it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Quinn. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moody. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is Complete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Colts on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Back to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Colts are going to win the football game. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. In the National Football League, Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Indianapolis, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they go down to defeat for just the second time in 11 games so far. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.